In this lesson, we're going to take a look at the 3 different major triads and the pentatonic notes that are available to you around those triads. All right, so our first triad we're going to take a look at is our major triad root position. I'm going to do all these out of G. So the first one is going to be right here. It's going to be root, 3rd, 5th. All right, so we have 1, 3, 5, and then the pentatonic notes on those 3 strings, it would be, you would have your 6 down here, 6, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. What I did is I kept the root 3rd and 5th with their the same coloring that I was using in the previous videos, with the root being red, 3 and 5 being green and blue. And then I made all the pentatonic notes yellow. The only reason I did that is so that the triad sticks out, and then the other pentatonic notes just kind of all look the same. So once again, we have 6, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. I usually don't use that fingering. I'm usually kind of lazy, and I'll usually stretch down here. That's just, my hands are kind of stretched out, so I'm kind of used to doing that. But if your fingers aren't that stretchy, then feel free to use different fingers, your 1st and your 4th finger. So once again, we have the root 3rd and 5th, and then we have the pentatonic notes 6, 2, and 6, right around those chord tones. So if I was playing something over a G chord and I want to use this triad, I have these notes I can improvise with or put in fill notes, basically, or if I want to put a little fill in the song. But then I also have the pentatonic notes as well. So that's really important to know, because even if you have no clue what key you're in, if it's a G chord and you have this, you should be able to get away with playing the pentatonic right around that chord. And then what I do is I try to think of, if I know what key I'm in, then I'll try to see if I can get away with whatever notes I can put in. Like, can I play with like take this 6 here and bend it up a half step to sound like that flat 7. If it's a G7 chord I'm playing over, then I'm going to use my triad, my pentatonic, and then I might even put in a flat 7, so it really sounds like I know what I'm doing. If I need to, if I know that I'm in the key of G major, I might take this 6 and bend it the whole way up to a 7. If I'm more of a bluesy player and I want it to kind of sound a little gritty, I might put in this flat 3rd here, because you have root, 2nd, and 3rd. So I might go. But that's if you have maybe a dominant 7th chord, you can get away with that. I do like to slide. I do like to slide up into the 3rd here from the flat 3rd. I think that sounds pretty cool. But if that doesn't sound quite right with your song, then maybe you want to stick from sliding from 2 to 3. If it's a very major song and it doesn't sound right to put any minor notes in it, then you better just stick with the pentatonic notes. So these are your pentatonic notes: 6, and then we have the root, 2, 3, 5, 6. So those are some really good notes that you can use to solo around this root triad and major position. All right, now we're going to take a look at the major triad 1st inversion with pentatonic. So we're going to start from this G right here on the 2nd string, 8th fret. When I say start, that's where I mentally think of where the root is, and then I can visualize what the triad looks like. So the triad is going to be 3, 5, 1 right here. And the pentatonic notes we're going to put around with this 3 here, I can play a 2 down here, the 2nd note in a major scale. So it's going to go 2, 3, 5, 6, 1, 2. 2, 1, 6, 5, 3, 2. You can always play G down there if you wanted to get down and finish that little pentatonic scale. So I would, you have your chord here. If you're playing over a G, you have this, and then very quickly. You have 6 notes very quickly that you can play with. You have your triad, and then you can do any kind of little embellishments. I like to do any of those kind of hammer-ons. If I have 2 notes, I'll hammer on the lower string, like right here. I have this 5 and this 1. So what I want to do here is, or what I like to do is, hammer on the lower string, the 3rd string. I'll hammer this 6 on here. So I'm holding 5 and 1, and I'm going to hammer down this 6. Then maybe I'll go down and play the 3rd. That's a nice little lick in that position. So that is a major triad first inversion with pentatonic. All right, next we're going to take a look at a major triad second inversion with pentatonic. So it's right here. Here's the second inversion, G major triad. It's going to go 5, 1, 3. How do I know that that's correct? Because this is a G here. My 3rd string is my G string. So on the 12th fret, that is a G. So I know that that is the root right there, this G. So it goes 5, 1, 3. So if you look at the chart with the pentatonic, I have it going 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 5. I could have chosen to go down lower and go. I consider that to be like my major scale or my major pentatonic scale position 4. But I thought this one was kind of this position, this major pentatonic position is more fun to play. So I thought, and it's kind of easier and more fun. So I decided to go with this one. So we have, here's your triad, 5, 1, 3. And then we have 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 5. Just like one cool lick out of there is when you take this 2 here and play. You take this 2 here, you bend it up, and then you play the 5 here on the 2nd string, which is on the 15th fret. It's in the note D. Sounds very country or southern rock, kind of classic rock like, but it is it's it's kind of an interesting lick. It's a lick where you get to do a bend and hold the bend. I'm bending this 2 up, and then I'm plucking the 5th on the 2nd string, and then letting that 2 there keep ringing, and then I bring it back down. It's a nice lick. So once again, we have 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 5. You can do some of these as well. You can take the 1 and 3 here and hammer on this 2. That's a neat sound. You can do 5 and 1 and then hammer on the 4th string, that 6. A couple times I went over here to this to the 5th string, but you can just ignore that. All right, so that is how you play a major triad second inversion with some pentatonic notes. So those are your pentatonic notes around your major triads. Knowing those notes is really going to help you out when it comes to soloing over major chords.